Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of FarmTown here in City Skylines 2. Well, last episode, boys, we built our very own river town, and actually, guys, gave me some pretty sweet name suggestions for it. And the most obvious suggestion we got right now is to call it Riverton. And I thought, that is as basic as we could ever get. Really appreciate it, boys. Thank you so much on that right now. And Riverton is looking really, really beautiful. It has its own little kind of ferry line. It does come up and down. We got 19 people transporting themselves from Riverton all the way down to South FarmTown as well, or North FarmTown, I believe. Is it North FarmTown? Yeah, it's North FarmTown. Things are going pretty swimmingly. Now, I'm going to take a huge left turn in today's episode into the series, and there's a reason for it. We have an abundancy of money. Money is never going to be an issue for us in the long term in FarmTown right now. We're making too much cash. Too much cash. So why don't we try and help our citizens out? Why don't we try and turn this FarmTown region into a slight utopia? Maybe? Now, the reason I say this is we have issues many places, especially Newton is a big one where people can't afford the high rents. So why don't we, instead of building, low rent accommodation, making it a worse place to live, utilize that money to maybe kind of lower our taxes, reduce some of the service fees, even implementing something like free public transport might be a good option as well. It would heavily reduce the traffic flow. And we should be able to accommodate it with the amount of money that we are earning. Yes, very interesting. So I also want to implement more farms because I want to try and provide more jobs, increase the amount of exports that we're doing. That's another way in which we can pay for the reducing taxes. But let's see what happens. Let's reduce them to begin with and see where we go from this. Now, we make 22 million, a big chunk of our money and mainly where all of our income comes from, by the looks of it, in taxes. Ridiculous, right? Absolutely ridiculous. But when it's broken down, you can kind of see that majority of the taxes right now are coming from the residential side of it. Only 7 million. So in terms of taxation, I'm going to reduce it all. So I reckon I'm going to bring down the overall taxes down to 2%. That is a huge drop, isn't it, boys? That's a huge drop in residential tax, which does mean that our residents are going to have an abundancy of leftover revenue. And I wonder if it would change Newton right now, where people complain that they can't pay their rents. I wonder if it would change much. We'll give it about 5 or 10 minutes and come back to it and see what happens. Now, I'm also going to implement free public transport, but before I do, I just want to hook up this road to the edge somewhere. I think I might make it connect to this, or do I make it connect directly through? Ooh, I think I might connect it directly through. It's a dirt road that leads pretty much to nowhere, so they're not really going to utilize it to the full extent. But I want to get this now connected up. So we'll utilize the bendy-wendy roads. So if I bring that straight and then actually a little bit more straight as well. And then bend you in and then run you straight as well. Bend you in. And I'm going to run this completely straight. Because we can have all farms leading around here anyway. And then what type of bend? Oh, no, not straight there. I'm about to say, what type of bend could I implement here? A small bend is the answer. A small bend. So we'll have all the little farming roads that can kind of connect to it, also lead over and connect to this side as well. We've got this glorious little road that now bends round the edges, where you can access to over here. I don't know if they'll ever use it or not. I'm not too sure. But we're going to run some farming roads right now to finish the rest of this all off. Running that lagged. You all seen that lag, right? That was not me. The game slightly lagged right there. So run this to the end. Push it directly through and connect in. And then we'll do this road next. So the snaps there. Push that all the way through. There we go. And then we'll run some of the lanes coming out. And I'm going to run it all snapped. And then we'll adjust it moving forward. We'll adjust it moving forward. Well then, do I implement that one, or I might just keep that one as it is. We do have this road here. It does connect. I'm going to come off that as a dirt road. There we go. Snapped in. And then we'll just kind of do a few odd little roads here and there. But that's the main through routes, if that's what you want to call it, that will connect up and over. So before we add those in, have we seen much of a change over here? I don't know if it's been enough time that's passed by yet. Is there less icons to complain? I don't truly know. I don't truly know. But we have heavily reduced our tax. I could also get rid of the tax. Ooh, give them a 1% surplus in tax? That's interesting. Right, we give them actually more money. So they live there. We now pay them to live in FarmTown by 1% tax. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Right, I'll see how that changes it. I'll see how that changes it right now. Okay. So let me implement a couple of farms real quick. We'll start with leading up a road to the edge just there. And let's see if I got the right radius right now. So grain farming, implementing something in here. Yes, I've got the perfect radiuses now to work with. So let's get right into all these little nooks and crannies. All the way up and over. There we go. Sorted, mate. Sorted, sorted, sorted. Oh, you're joking me. They still need to fix that. They even had an update and they still haven't fixed it. What are these developers doing? I know what they're doing. Nothing. They're doing nothing. Right, there we go. Straight down and in. So 2 brand new farming areas there, which is pretty good. Has my now giving them money changed anything? Or are they still going to complain? Right, let me see who's living here right now. Who is the household? So the Nicholas family, we got Arthur Nicholas right now. He is an aged adult, educated. He is a senior job level at the employer of over here. So he's got a good job. He could pay the bills. Why are you complaining then? His household wealth is now wealthy and you're still complaining about high rent? There's no rent. There's no rent at this point. Oh my goodness me. What other taxation can we drop? So commercial isn't interesting. We can actually drop all the taxation. So I might drop this down to 6%, 6%, 6%. Just kind of help them out. Now, from our services, you can see where the money is now going and where we're kind of earning from. Transportation, we could look towards doing free public transportation. Can you do like a citywide edit like you could used to do in the last game? I'm not sure if you can or not. Or can you? Loans, taxation, services, production. I don't think that it's a thing, right? I could be wrong. Achievements, milestones. I'm not sure. You could do like a citywide policy. Remember when you used to do that? So I don't think we can. I'm not too sure. I know you could do it within the region, like when you zone an area. So if I view this bus line 4, ticket price free. Have I got to do all this manually? Ticket price free. I've got so many bus loops. It will probably mean that more people utilize them, meaning they'll become a lot more busier. Meaning we'll need more buses on the routes. I'll do the train lines first. and see what we get out of these. So free public transport, it's something I've never implemented in the game. And to be honest with you, I don't even know how you even check if you make a profit from the tickets. I don't know if that is a thing. We'll do the 2 shipping routes as well. Now, we are giving people more money in their pockets. We're reducing taxes. Free public transport. What more could they ask for? Honestly, what more could they legit ask for right now? Nothing. Right. Try and go through all of these real quick. And how many more have I got to do? Actually, there's only like 5 more I've got to do. Right. Line 9. That's already at $2. What's going on there? Line 9. Line 8 next. Right. And then from line 8, line 7. And line 7, line 6, which has already... No, not been done. And then I think line 5's been done. Yes. So all my public transport lines right now are free to use. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be real interesting. So let's now quickly add in a few additional roads. And we'll get some more farming area in. So let's go crazy. There we go. And I'm hoping enough time passes to where we can see the effect of it. Because I'm hoping the game realizes that it does make a difference. I know the game likes to have fake simulation. But I'm hoping the game realizes. And it does change something, and it does have a positive benefit. Because it would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? It would be pretty cool. Oh, it's a shame here I can't get it all in. What I could do is drag a road out like this. And drag a road out like that there. Hoping that we now can cover all areas. Like that, and then this one should do the same as well. We've actually covered quite a large, vast area here in just like minimal farms to what we would normally do. So this is interesting. Look at that, minimal farms and vast areas complete. I love it. I really do love it. Right, are these guys still complaining? Maybe we will have to implement some low rent housing. Maybe they don't understand or realise. Is your boy Arthur still complaining right now? Yes. Follow him. Nothing's happened. Is there any point to this? I don't know. I'm not sure. But I will zone in then some low rent housing around here. And we'll implement some there. There and there. So if I quickly pause and then delete all the housing. Because it's better to delete it so they have free range of how they then build. And go. So Newton's going to have a little bit of an expansion growth, but not by much. But it will be interesting to see what happens. Now, in terms of my income, wow, it was like 700,000 an hour. Now it's 70,000 an hour. So does it change anything? Are people happier? Everyone's happy. Plus 12 with fair taxes, with wealth, walking distance to an elementary school they're really happy with, an abundancy of leisure time. It's the high noise pollution that they're not most pleased with. So where do we see high noise pollution now? Right, some of these areas we can implement sound barriers, if I'm not mistaken. So I know trees also play a part in the noise. The biggest areas of noise pollution. Yeah, I get it. I understand. I understand. Am I able to place down like a single tree? Here? No. Oh, I can do the pines, the spruces, the birch. Now, it's not a fully grown tree, so it won't do anything. But in terms of noise pollution, does the trees reduce it? Having minimal trees, does the minimal trees reduce it? I don't think the minimal trees are going to reduce it. Now, upgrades I can do is sound barriers, but you can't do them to normal roads. So I'm wondering if... If I upgraded that to be a... no, they need the connection. Right, they do need the connection. But I'm wondering if I delete... you... Right, pause for a second. I'm trying to figure something out here. So that tricks them into thinking that they are technically connected. But I'm just wondering if I can trick the game into adding sound barriers here and here. And noise pollution. I don't think it has an effect, does it? Or at least not going to change it by much anyway. And I can't do it around here because of... the farm's there, so you can't push it over. Sound barriers do work. They do, you know, it's not a myth. They do work. But they can look ugly at the same time. But if we can add where we can add them. Then it's a beneficial role, isn't it? Alright, all the way down this side. They don't like it there because of the bus stop. But look at how awkward they now look. Just whacking a sound barrier there. I mean, it works. Don't get me wrong, but it's not going to reduce it enough for the issues I've got. Because my issues aren't really within this vicinity. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. It is what it is, boys. High noise pollution is still a big issue. Right, okay. Average noise pollution's 13%. I understand. I get it, boys. So you could go crazy with just planting down more trees. You know, it does solve a lot of issues. But then you gotta wait for the trees to grow. So who really is the winner at the end of the day? The eco warriors. They're the winners. They're the true winners. Because I'm planting trees down everywhere. So, all you can do is just do what you can do. That's all you can do, boys. Trying to reduce it as much as you can. But I don't think you'll ever win. Truly, honestly, I don't think you'll ever win. But if we can put them somewhere, we will put them somewhere. And do the best of our ability. Alright, place a load around here. It just takes like a while for them to grow. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I mean, I don't think it's a big enough problem for it to be an issue. 13% will take a long time to reduce. And we do have a lot of stuff that does produce noise, so you're never going to win. You're ultimately never going to win. How is the sound barriers doing now we've implemented those? It's killed off the sound around this area. But it's not enough to reduce it down to like a percentage. This is crazy. The noise there coming out into this area. I'm surprised they're not complaining about it being too noisy. Anyway, other issues that we've got. Well, service upgrades. Spacious homes. Yeah, that's pretty good. Considering that we do have a lot of small houses. That surprises me. That does surprise me. Alright, anyway. Seems to be okay. We haven't crippled the region with the low taxes. But yet these fools still complaining about high rents. Even though the rent is good. So consumption energy awareness, gated community, heavy traffic ban, recycling. Speed bumps, roadside parking. This stuff won't benefit anything to do with them being able to afford to live here. I might replace this with some medium density instead. Because you don't really have the high-rise demand at the moment to kind of squeeze everybody in. Interesting enough, boys. Interesting enough. So let's kind of get some of the additional farms now in. So I'm going to run a road directly off here. And we'll try and get one farm to fill all of this. Which it shouldn't be difficult. No, 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 no. Not difficult at all. There we go. I think that would do. It's all grain farming as well, so I wonder like what it's done to our production. Because we're producing 5,000 tons anyway, so nearly 10% of that is literally surplus. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. But I don't feel like changing the taxes has done anything. I still feel like they're complaining. I still feel like they're ultimately just gonna complain anyway. I'll add in some low density housing because we can kind of zone it in this area. It's all good. Extend Newton just a little bit more. But I don't feel like we're seeing any benefits. I'd like to know about public transport though. We should have looked at like the monthly usage. But what are the percentages on the... Oh my goodness me. Okay, we've got... Okay, it has made a difference to the bus lines. We're like plus percentages here. So we might have to add a few more buses on that line. This line is over 100% usage. Right, interesting. This is over 100% as well. So they do take up the free public transport. They take up the offer. They do take up the offer. Right, we'll see what happens with that then. I don't know if I just added to this or not, but I'm going to add another one to it. What about the trains though? The trains are the next one. They're okay. Shipping is okay as well. But damn, they really sucked up the buses, didn't they? They were definitely on it with them buses. But at the same time though, is the game simulating fast enough for those differences, those new things I've implemented to take full effect? Honestly, I don't know. Let me know in the comment section, boys. Have you ever reduced the taxes or anything like that? And have you seen a major, like, impact, a major change? Do we have traffic? No, we have a car crash there. Oh, we got a train jam? We've got a train jam. Well, this is new. Right, it doesn't go much further that way. Into here, it doesn't go much further. So they're trying to get to this way. They're trying to get to that way. They're obviously trying to get to that way as well. So they're all trying to get to this way. So there is an issue with the fact that one of the bends is not bendy enough. Which I'll delete this one to incorporate an additional train on it. So now that we've seen this, I'm going to come off there. And bend you in. There we go. Remember in like City Skylines 1, you used to have to do like a 21 by 21 on the bends. No wonder the train lines haven't really changed their percentages. Can't move any cargo. But that should work. That should work. It was just this one here wasn't long enough to have a full train waiting on it. It's still technically not long enough. Mainly for the cargo train line, but it's enough right now where it won't make them cross over. And we do have a bit of a vehicle issue, but that's because the trains are stuck here. So let them all now run through. This train will now move, which then should maybe alleviate some vehicles moving, but it might wait for the rest of the trains to skedoodle past first anyway. Alright, then we're back in business. I bet you these train stations are overloaded now, aren't they? Because they've been waiting how long? Yeah, 500 passengers. Because they've been waiting so long right now for a train to come by. 1,000 people waiting at that one. Oh my goodness me. What about you? Maybe that's why we had such high noise. Because there's so many people there creating noise. Yeah, we've soon fixed that, boys. Or have we? Right, why are you stuck and not moving? This train here has decided that it doesn't want to move anywhere. Or is that train trying to go into here? Oh, I think it's trying to go into there, but it can't. Because that train needs to come out. But it can't. This is very confusing. This is very confusing. I wonder if I do a... Right, that's the wrong bend entirely. Just to play on the safe side. Okay, now it's moving. I've also just oofed that train as well. Right. We're back in business. We're okay. We're okay now, boys. We're back in business. So that's going to go straight out, which will make these now move. No issues. So you can now go. Which means you can now go. And you can go, and you can go. They can all go. They can all start moving. Oh my goodness me. I did not expect that to happen. But now we're moving, boys. So just give it a couple of seconds just for everyone to get by and get through. I don't know if that was needed. It probably is not needed. You're now going, you're now going, you're now going. How many trains is there? There's actually quite a few trains I gotta get through still. Which is completely backlogging the whole roundabout. Notification. I had a notification and it disappeared. Why? What happened? What was the notification? Tell me everything. Right, a couple of vehicles are now got to move. We gotta wait for it to all be a bit more clear. So that's all the train's gone there. So this should now then have the freedom to skedoodle through. So they've got a little bit of a long period right now where there's no train coming. Look at this. I'm in fast forward mode, and this is how the game's now simulating. It just hurts, doesn't it? Come on, boys. Oh, now it speeds up. Right, that will remove a big chunk of people. And then this roundabout should then start moving as well. Can't believe that with the trains, though, by the way. This will take a while to clear as well. That will take a while to clear. So we had over 1,000 people here. That's now slightly reduced as a train did manage to get in there. This has had over 1,400 people. We've taken a huge chunk of them off. The passenger trains can hold up to 840. So even if there's like over 1,000, it only takes one train to, clear the major backlog of people living there. Right, this is decreasing rapidly. Once one side is all done, it'll all be free flowing. So once this is done right now, this is going to be free flowing in just a minute. Unless more vehicles do arrive. Right, once that backlog is gone. What are you stopping for here? I thought the vehicle AI meant to be smart in this game. Do they even know what they're doing? I might make the roundabout slightly bigger. Right, there we go. Slightly bigger, so the lane confusion is not there, even though it is still there. Even bigger. They cross over into that lane. I can see what the issue is now. They cross over into that lane, stopping the traffic on that side. You should merge here. Really, not there. Anyway, vehicle traffic is now gone. It's now all clear. But it's now pushed into other areas. Oh, maybe that's what the, obviously the other... I'm about to say noise pollution was. Traffic's a big issue now. We understand why. We know why. We know why traffic was an issue. Can we see traffic? It was a big issue over here, but that's now cleared. But the backlog's now got to go through everywhere else. But that should reduce pretty rapidly, and we should have no negativity surrounding it. We then should have no negativity surrounding it, so that should then disappear pretty quickly. But yeah, not bad. So what surplus are we now dealing with? A decent amount. I don't think it would have affected any of my material goods yet. We do have a surplus on beverages, so that's probably a good thing. But everything else, not so much. Textiles is a huge one. I don't know if I squeeze in the odd factory or two now, whether it will be a good idea, and whether we would see any factories that are related to the farming industry get implemented. Like if I do a strip there, obviously take a while for them to build. But we'll see what we can get in. See what we can get in, and we'll see what they do on that little strip there. It'll take a minute or two, but we'll come back to it and see what type of products they're now starting to produce. It shows you what the demand is for then, for the industry. Shows us ultimately what demand is then for. So I think we're back down to our regularly scheduled programming right now when it comes to public transport. I think we've got rid of all that backlog. Roundabout is now clear, no issues over there. And the rest of it should then follow. A little bit of traffic here, but that's because there is a traffic incident. Yeah. Right, any factories built yet? No. We're not far off getting them done. Not far off getting them done, boys. We're on nearly 90%. That's not bad. Nearly 90%, boys. Nearly 100 now. Oh, hang on. Some of them already built. Oh, my goodness me. Right, pharmaceuticals, textiles. That's good to see. Textiles. Pharmaceuticals, vehicles, timber, food. So I like to see farming-related stuff. Textiles. Because it's gonna get rid of that slight little deficit, but it is a big thing. It will take some sweet time. But we'll end it here anyway, boys. I hope you did enjoy this episode. I'm not sure what effect that's all going to have. Whether it was a good idea to reduce the taxes so much and make free public transport. But in terms of our train lines, the percentages have increased. The bus lines, the percentages have still increased, and we still got to kind of adjust some of that stuff. But it's interesting. Until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.